abusia for near for I Alpha OneTV. So what I share and I say and then on first time I ban so any dino book and so no subscribe ya mine. Send me any ban no should be having notification phone so no be shopping so my reviews will be share more down for so any bit for me and some sort thing. NDC MP and I is what about one thing and in some more can I know she NDC MP find Daniel na in some more can say office of the special prosecutor or catch the president John Dramani Mama say only in through many maya now or the reason be about is anwashi. The first reason is say tina no see can answer no a quack as a war petition John Dramani Mama now so was only through a ne and maya and you can't watch in channel also. The reason why also only through and say number one or say or a Gabby lawyer. Na enya ade a BBC a obeden or prosecutor Gabby ana say akufado cause Gabby asanti be there to any akufado any office of special prosecutor ankasa mono o my one enti there is no way say obed or prosecutor mo. And number two or say niki hawa officer wedding utumfu to Google na phone or that NDC for that President John Dramani Mama. Because wa shasi agenda bi na fugitive na den ohun de be na akwakoda.
Agyabeng or crocro the John. And Teresa Mati say special prosecutor no onu na ye Gabby Ćrimêėjs lawyer. Gabby Ćrimêėjs any kanoforata any nanado no omuti say
hunam na tade
hunam na tade na kan person bu ade
Gabby memmo said o tree breaking the memmo e di fa me de no.
These are the people Inti Agyabeng ti ho ohurihuru ni nyina no. Your Excellency, let Agyabeng go home. Sack him. He's not going to help you. Ebian try wodi ka kire first ebia me say ebia I don't know. Aya odenu. He's playing a game. Look, once you're a teacher, you are always a teacher. We did human psychology and then when I come to business I did industrial psychology. Obi dadawa obe sheda so one say man for us say how mu say corner kosu o me yase enya we bushani emra enya we bushani bia na ewu a mu tumi su jiska enu ni Agyabeng special prosecutor no otumi su jiska enu no ye NDC for. I am telling His Excellency, if you want your policies and programs to move on well in there's also a charge when Agyabeng mahumbi omusi Charles Bisu. Agyabeng cannot deal with those people because he was part of that government. Take him out.
But it's not a part of that government, which is true. But it got to a point, or no venting in the frustrations at that time. Emma Ghana for who say on wire ankonam ankwanoma. You
know how
frustrations are crofono I didn't form ma no nya crop resign. Etebia mama bay obetime that conducive environment now betime operate. But the point is as a case okoda no press conference bako no akoda no press conference bako and as a cases no otutum and bisu me do bakwa no majao bisu mo be se me ko
minia sa enye da kropena Agyabeng I lift the African of Furata so.
Yes.
Sir, one day, and now I lift in Nina.
Yes.
Meanwhile, no one didn't to say a fugitive. They say, are you fugitive where they are bad? They say, as I said, they are bad. Answer. Do you know who is a strategist? MPP for bebre enim se umbelu 1 or 2 years ahead of time. Agyabeng kasane panmu inti onim se ye belu su no ntino wadika aso akere se ne MPP for ye minie. Do you get it right? Yeah. Because they know he is going to start dealing with their own people. Samuba enu na ye sha say. So your excellency, your 120 days has been very excellent, but Mr. Wa ye Agyabeng free ho. Okay. Ye Agyabeng ye no free ho. I don't hate him. And all the MPP people are ye feel say ye be handle muama ye policy and our government na ye nu me paucho mahu lady B omuso ye juma Ghana Airport Company. Yes. Okasa lady no one who nsema worker. Your excellency me paucho na me paucho Ghana Airport Company de na bano. Yes. A report am picking say the MD no or Yakufo appointee. Yes. What that's what now what dim komo bi say one NDC be twa 4 years no. You see now. Tio. My me na wo hwe honom na obobi ada akoye ne deputy no. Sir mama 10 member task force na mate for national airline no. Oka ho bi. Yes, oka ho bi. What dim komo yes oka ho bi. What dim komo ba bi say one NDC be twa mama 4 years. Eti yegusu edosom at appropriate time no ye be jani magun from mama ati for so no ti honorable family these are some of the things na yenye kratom na amount for ebisa ene say na 24-hour economy NDC promise ma misremo a menu a utie a odi mechi a odi menima me ma me madam e kaun menu a wan kosku me paucho enu ntina o mami ene o papa de mi akosku get 24-hour economy. It borders on legal and employment issues. And ya no nebe do ya abro. U do ya abro no we a o pese obi nye adwuma. Okay. Also no innocent na remonacha and deliberately no was it or misrepresentation of any distortion of facts. And seven back couldn't be so what the other honorable Yanko time. I got 5 minutes, Yanko. Okay, Neo Minister. And Omon phone in Finism. And Unicolendi, Evisa Goffredami question. When to me, and I see, listen to Unicolendi. Show us the clause in Article 146. Where it states the timeline for the notifying the Chief Justice that a petition for her removal has been received. Damien to young Kaushi is a assembly. I hear what I said. 84. Nia Echo Sunini Nano. One say, who could share Article 146, subsection 6, subsection 10A. Near Mahama Yenina Edemufwa. Oh, one of them, Minya lawyer, no, but my shadow Ghana for in 2028. I notice I send back on no between time now send this for the nature at the end of the day, no. Now 4 years, no, now, son. Into Miss Ramwa, I've mark your MPP for. Don't listen to them. His Excellency is following the Constitution. Say assembly wo His Excellency aye enya MPP for Omunfambra. Yeah. In going for third term, we cannot use the judges, the Supreme Court judges for a president, a sitting president to go for a third term. You can't use parliament because it is an entrenched clause. And in entrenched clause, you must go for a referendum. Now, sa referendum no MPP for betwaba, NDC for betwaba. And no number yes or no, yes or no. Yeah. They do it. Into politics no more yet. Minimum anti police and to me
constitutional infraction and a premised honor. Nobody will be able to tell you anything sensible. Nothing sensible will be able to. They will tell you say be a way provision when a president na abuso. Yes. Is the reason why I granted a term and some of the court because that particular suit was a foolish suit because president in exercising his executive functions as outlined in the Constitution, no court can stop the president. So when I had a ruling and not say 3-2 no, me came a ruling now, but I'm how the two dissented. because it doesn't make sense because Niama Nana Ekosono. No process. Constitution they say president receive petition unforwarded to Council of State. There is nowhere in the Constitution that says at that point, the Chief Justice must be given a hearing. Constitution, who go further say committee ni set up as a principle of natural justice, edited, the accused must be heard. That one has been written in the Constitution. Say you set up a committee and the Chief Justice must be heard either in person or by a lawyer.
Okay.
But at the early stages, that process is not an adversarial process. Any adverse finding can be advanced against the Chief Justice. And you just say petitioner doesn't meet the threshold a petition. Okay. Is it competent enough? It is not an adjudicatory body. I'll go into the merit of the issue. So at that point, so when the Chief Justice on the side of the matter per the Constitution, we don't breach any law. What I say, but the president thought it wise. At this point, you let me give her a hearing, and the woman was given a fair hearing. Council of State at issue, so near conclude say. And some at this point, there is merit. We can't just brush it. And then the Constitution, quote that article, whenever a committee is set up, president have a discretionary power to exercise. And that discretionary power is either to allow the Chief Justice to stay or allow the Chief Justice to suspend the Chief Justice. That provision, and we are Ghana Bar Association. Now, when a winning member now be cancer and same way when I say, Ode, Winyan Sabato in China, wabe speak to emotion, raw emotions, as Sabinyan anymore. People will question you. Say, Marana, people begin to question your integrity because it is quite clear and outline the Constitution say, President, that power either to exercise or best suspend the Chief Justice, and in this case, why exercise here? What is your problem? So for me, Sanka, there's any of these institutions and any of these parties has been able to premise this whole argument. Oh, President Mahama, article we see and you say, but so far, this provision has been breached. Nobody will be able to tell you anything sensible apart from the emotional crusade campaign we're embarking on. And then after marking, we saw in a video this is a city member of parliament assaulting the police officer in uniform. Like I told you, an honorable person. Now when I'm Ghana, don't think being just honorable is enough to draw you respect. No, respect is a virtue we earn. We don't demand it. So you cannot force people. And the way a speaker now with the parliament now here, some of your members babon thing. Nasa asuban we no mo bedanadi. Nasa man for treated them with that contempt that they deserve. You cannot hold anybody to come and say, we are inviting you before Privileges Committee. Because if there is anything Privileges Committee, this individual should be standing there and be telling Parliament why people will go out there and embarrass themselves in the manner that we saw. So for me, I'm expecting the IGP and his team will make sure this particular issue, they don't brush it aside. Because the MPR sorted police officer, now will you let it go, you slide, and nothing happens. At the end of the day, and ordinary people will be assaulting police officers, and in that case, you can act. You understand? We cannot just be creating a lawless country where people think because they are in power, they can just do anything and get away with it. In the first place, a demonstration because it's not premised on anything sensible. They've not been able to tell us why they are doing the demonstration. No constitutional provision has been breached. There hasn't been any way breachy way. What is the basis? But I've always said, demonstration protestations are legitimate constitutional tools for employed to register their displeasure. Allow them to demonstrate, but Ghana will know them for who they are. But this particular way the guy has crossed his Rubicon. And for me, this is the time for the state to show, indeed, some of these things, this nasty occurrence, cannot be allowed to slide. Because at the end of the day, if things like this, where an honorable, so-called honorable person is seen in the video assaulting a police officer, when the police officer is in the uniform, he is not representing himself, he is representing the authority of the state. And this is a minority leader assaulting a police officer. It's a big issue. Oh, exactly. Because and Ghana, we can do the same thing. You understand?
Because now, no, who MP no, your parliamentary duty now.
No.
Parliament is on recess.
Yes, and the police officer has a duty. And I'm saying that these are bunch of your friends, shameless individuals. And the MPP as a political party, 8 million kukudua catch and say, they care so much about democracy to the extent say we need to save our judiciary. These are a bunch of jokers nobody should take serious.
Thank you, sir.
Were they in this country when Akufo-Addo was taking those silly decisions? Now dented the credibility of our judiciary. When the gentleman was packing the court with non-friendly people in the MPP, where were they? These are a bunch of jokers. I think that we don't even need to waste time on them because say Niamana omo eka ho asem no happen thousandfold under them. And during that time, we saw massive and flagrant constitutional breaches. For instance, look at how your own friend Omulivo, how he was treated. Nipana ye di asem di no or court ye transema ye friends or retirement and send ye di asem no, and several such occurrences happen Akroma. What is a Ghana bar situation? Sorry,
Gabby.
And suddenly, you find your voice. You think people will respect you because you are a lawyer. Hey, come on. You see, suddenly, man, when you meet ignorant people who don't know their left from their right, and they know, if you want to be respected, when okasa, you need to prove that indeed you are educated, you are a lawyer, not just because dinner da so keke.
Okay.
What I make?
All right. Me da say yanko yanim na do boy da eda yoko cells. Yes, so I start here what 2020 niama. Minim do the form man there. And 7 days na so. Oma you know. Okay. Ti was say enyapade ni bi wono mo a attorney general de abono, but what den yiri nyasa enyapade nyomo de a. Yenim say politicians bo enyapade a mo de mo girlfriends mo busuafo. Edi na tutu nti monye lifestyle audit of all their family members. Lifestyle audit. All their family members. Abrabo omo bo ni sika omo na there because sometimes dan ni bi wono mo a normally amoma mo busu afọ so we dey asoma si dia ebinom form din ye eti eno no honorable veterans na fe yenwie wie ni yakọ ebi wase former
abujanfo yento yansam ne so iti honorable ni wie no yenye mo se eye Evans Jane atwane nsem bi so no kase demonstration na MVV for koye no said be useless. Then you kwanzo mkoye kwampo in the first ni kwanzo ngomowe after say afanya market ko bo police ni ade kwampo wi no ni kwanzo me de omkoye na edifa MPP suit na mko siu ewo Supreme Court no sebi na fully shoot according to niema Evans Ekano na o say ni ba bonten no o say 3 judges o say niema na ekono enye tomaide o rule against and niema rule judges to the o say MPP suit na the bind the o jitu enti ye twa ruling na ba bonten no. But in him say Mahama committee any crime because of Article 146 now. It's the clear. So on committee any be due process none already all follow. In the name the Intianko Friday. Authority. In the all we say that 2 judges almost can say the MPP. Yom de ba a Supreme Court ne papa. So really ni banam kase Mahama committee any bia. Then on me. And I want you sure they beat me kwampo you flow because they won't so be eating channel. But a quack is wound nimra and our wound nimra. No, we not saying. See Janankas and Kazan himself. No is almost making in an Ngosiaga because on one Kazan him law no. And law need take place no matter how the noise have been making. You better suspend, You be ready. I just say in the same way and I even say Eka. Now say Ghana Bar Association. Then time na kufado power no na mo yenfa. Then time na ECC shout say na mo yenfa. Ni ne fa kwan bi so na nya kwan training so na mo yenfa. Ene die monya gat even the boss no kampono ni kuno ni jogate don't pass me ya no more cover a man for crimes the DTV also providing a raw emotion on French so and a year even said a rubbish that statement na can have association and the bar mountain now I say a year demonstration must acquire for your markings persuading then time no per se or just a minority leader in the police name funny D no buoy and the infamous. I know I say respect away. Ye ain't ye demanding from a any baby. The Adenka obu and then go pema was a grandpa. One or more around or campuno, think at the organ you true grandpa. One or more around and like where minority leader or parliament now open the bossa. Police in the grandpa pepper watch out. Power farm rasha with them. I don't say permanent bosso. We don't say bonus. Pana pampem like nipa most times use the word no nipa nka all respect no ka ye pe omo so kampo ka won ka hwe na zo mu wa family sem na umpu na wo yes dia ordinary person yede so wo chire Ghana for say the police payment boss wa me hwe na so because the odi anim no suan the odi achi ni suan the odi anim na antie it is a wo say na IGP anya hwe na CID boss so anya hwe a no ma make sure to make watum na mamba mi na statement that Akroma no so wanji ma me anche afanyo magise me ni ma ya ne ancha ade na o ya sure say bibi krampusi na demonstration me koswa police ni no so ope makaka kwa meti ma hwe na so sana abaso o kire Ghana for tinya sana abaso Ghana for there was a IGP de na o just asem we no we no na a honorable MP Kesi pa riding K.Agyabeng any seat and all can be about the OSP K.Agyabeng or say OSP K.Agyabeng or yes on call for soon OSP ye biamano na or ye near my bit my favor and the government only selling infinity because Gabby na kon lawyer OSP Gabby ye da na kokufado OSP na nkase mu asanti be too omo one there is no way so made my obey investigate my over prosecutor there is no way and not na MBA catch mama say we for no the reason how we for any ediaba and in some our can kwa is a petition because petition will be the petition kwa or the reason can the interim saying the money in for office I don't know what I say we are first reading the second reason is say of find say a kind of attack or for any moment some committed crimes near the other no or bit no I want or to me one you can say oh Maya Masana could do Ćrimêėjs. On margin, no Maya Manasama could do Ćrimêėjs. Into winning Yama air Coswa, a MP, Babon Tama Becca. Okay, can I submit my share or comments as being so I share more down for so.